We are at a wet and treacherous croft for the penultimate round of the BMW Mini Rallycross Championship. Martin Hawks, the man who tops qualifying. It's been a day of mixed fortunes thus far. Martin Hawks, David Bell and newcomer Ryan Cooper have all had a go at being fastest over the 3 qualifying runs, as the final is next. Grid is formed and Martin Hawks it is on pole position. He is the man that won the championship back in 2017, but it's been a lean season for him. David Bell and Ryan Cooper on row 1. Andrew Hawks, Marty's brother, on row 2 with Drew Bellaby on home soil ahead of James Osborne, Steve Brown and Stratis Hatzistefanis as we go racing. Good start by David Bell then from the middle of the front row to try to get the drop on everybody else. 4 wins this year for David Bell, and it's between him and Drew Bellaby, really, as far as the championship is concerned. However, Martin Hawks win less, desperately keen to try and score maximum points in at least one round this year. So, come now through Hawthorne, head towards the chicane and the loose, and you see just how wet and how slippery the road is, as out wide there goes James Osborne. He's going to lose a place if he's not careful, because he's hung out to dry on the outside line through the chicane, gets into contact with Hatzistefanis, and around Osborne goes. Yellow flag waves in the background as the leaders then power their way as best they can across the very slippery infield, the loose section here at Croft. Martin Hawks goes sideways, and would you believe, after all the rain we've had, now they've got the sunshine to contend with in their eye line as well, heading down towards this part of the circuit. Drew Bellaby through with work to do. There, Ryan Cooper, who has dropped back a little bit from third on the grid, and he's now under attack from former single venue rally man Steve Brown as the leaders power their way through now. Down towards Clairvaux corner they go. But up front, David Bell, former champion, leads the way and looks as though he's got enough in hand not to have to worry too much at the moment, because although he has got the opposition and another former champion behind him, that being Martin Hawks, David Bell has got just enough in hand, and rarely does he make mistakes. The Bell Rallycross team operates a number of the cars in the series. David's father, Tony, another very successful rallycrosser himself. David Bell came from Minicross and he leads the pack there. Another of the Bell run cars, that is James Osborne towards the rear of the pack, recovering after that spin. Now the Hawks brothers getting themselves together. Martin ahead of Andrew there, look, as they come down to the hairpin. Martin in the red and black, green and black for Andy Hawks, and then you've got Drew Bellaby trying to wriggle away past them and bank more points here. Across the loose they come once more, and Bellaby is on the attack. Look, wipers on, but the closer she gets, the less she can see. This is the problem everybody is having across the day, across all the classes. So muddy is it on the infield, on that loose section, that it really is a challenge overtaking, because the closer you get, all of that mud hits your windscreen and kind of solidifies. The wipers just can't shift it. You've got to have a really good washer system. So Drew Bellaby to the outside line, looking for a clear bit of road here. Can't find it. And life's about to change for the worse as they hit the loose, hit the mud. Through they turn. Drew Bellaby goes just a little bit wide and finds the puddles on the outside of the road. There is James Osborne still playing catch-up here. Debuted last year, the motorsport engineering student, but his teammate David Bell looks good for a race win. He's clear and gone ahead of Martin Hawks, and look at the gap now between Martin and Andrew, who's all sideways. Drew Bellaby 4th, and then 5th is Ryan Cooper, catching back up once again. Bouncing across the loose there, look, is Andy Hawks. And you see how bad the windscreen has become for Drew Bellaby across that muddy section of the circuit. Now, on the tarmac, less being thrown at you, it's a little bit easier for the wipers to cope, and if the washer system is good, that'll clear. But by the time that's all happened, you're back on the loose. So if you're in traffic like this, life is very difficult indeed. Gone are the days of drilling holes in a perspex windscreen to try and see through it. Instead, it's the good old-fashioned wipers and the washers. Onto the loose they come once again. Meantime, battle is on lower down, because Osborne has got himself now back into the mix, look. Andy Hawks in 3rd place, heads down to the hairpin and has shaken off Drew Bellaby on this lap. That gap has really widened now. Up front though, David Bell, winner at Silverstone, winner at Lyndon, winner at Pembrey, winner at Pembrey again last time out. It looks as though he's going to add a 5th victory to that tally. Comes through, accelerates down towards Clairvaux corner, and David Bell, who has become the man to beat in minis, leads the way. Out of Clairvaux again. tarmac section finally is starting to dry, whereas the infield is just still so muddy and rutted and boggy. A real challenge for everybody. You see the spray just being kicked up by the back of the car as David Bell once more goes onto the loose part of the circuit now. Further down, James Osborne trying to gain a place, turns through Clairvaux and now makes the move on the inside line there. But Hatzi Stefanis, with whom he tangled early on in the race, gets all sideways, has a huge moment left and right. Osborne just able to avoid him, and Stratis Hatzi Stefanis is off the road and may not recover from that. Let's wait and see. That was a big, big moment. I think James Osborne got away without further contact, but if he did, it was very, very close to the edge. Right, leader through, onto his last lap, David Bell, clear up front. He's on his own, dominant once more in BMW Mini Rallycross, turning his way through Hawthorns now. Out on his own, into the chicane, onto the loose, and David Bell thinking about a win. Yes, but thinking about championship, thinking about points here. Further back, Steve Brown coming under attack from a wildly understeering car there in the hands of Ryan Cooper. The way that's set up with all the weight at the back evident. Meantime, the race leader is about to become the race winner. David Bell down towards the hairpin, gently through the right-hander, back on the power, drags the car out the other side of that tight corner, chased by this man, Martin Hawks, keeping brother Andy at bay. Flag at the ready, and David Bell takes win number 5 as he comes across the timing line, scores victory here at Croft in the penultimate round of the championship. So David Bell, the race winner, from Martin Hawks and Andrew Hawks in 3rd. Stephen Brown, 4th ahead of Ryan Cooper. And James Osborne 6th, Drew Bellaby in the end retiring, and that's very bad news for the championship because she drops now behind David Bell. Stephen Brown is 3rd, but the showdown will be at Croft tomorrow.